What's up, guys? I know the 2025 NAMM show just wrapped up, but I am going to give you just a few reasons why you shouldn't, or rather, why it's not necessary to buy a lot of gear in 2025. Let's talk about it. All right, before we get started, let's go ahead and take care of a couple housekeeping items. Number one, hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to the channel. Number two, hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I drop any new videos. And number three, if you like this kind of content that I'm talking about, go ahead and click that like button. All right, let's go. So I know NAMM just ended and it's a lot of new bells and whistles and a lot of new tools out there. I didn't get a chance to go to the NAMM conference this year, but I am planning on going next year with one of my boys, so we're gonna check it out. But today's video is about why you probably shouldn't, or rather why you don't need a whole lot of music gear in 2025 to be creative and make music. So I'm gonna give you a few reasons why I think that's the case. Modern DAWs. Everybody has a DAW now in today's age of making music. DAWs like Logic, Ableton Live, Reason, Cubase, Pro Tools. Well, not Pro Tools. I don't like Pro Tools. But these DAWs enable you to create, mix, and master all your music right in the box. It provides a plethora of tools, a plethora of effects, and it's really just about all you need. Modern DAW really basically takes care of all your needs. High quality virtual instruments. Now, a lot of these DAWs come with virtual instruments already in the box, and some of them are really cool. There is a whole bunch of third-party VST instruments that you can implement in your DAW to take your sound to the next level. You have Native Instruments, you got Arturia, you have Omnisphere, you got a whole bunch of these things. Initial audio to get close to the sound that can mimic modern hardware. There's just a plethora of high quality virtual instruments that you can add to your DAW. Cost. Music production equipment, especially hardware equipment, can cost a ton of money. I think Logic is $199, $299, one of those prices. But from an affordability perspective, it just doesn't cost as much as hardware, and you get triple the amount of things that you would need to make music than you would if you spent that same amount of money on hardware. The cost of producing music in a DAW is much more cheaper, and it's portable. You can take it places if you want to. If everything is on your laptop like this is the only thing you got to take. A minimalistic setup allows you to focus and just be creative and puts that focus back on the creativity. Again, something as simple as a laptop will keep everything small, compact, and concise, and it'll allow you to focus on the creativity aspect of it without having to worry about the nuance of where things should be routed and how to connect things. Efficient workflow. The less you have, the more you're able to just focus on what you need to get done. And then there's cloud-based collaborations. This is almost impossible in a hardware setup. Cloud-based platforms like Splice and Soundtrap allow producers to collaborate collectively without the need for physical devices being present. Music production gear can be expensive. Starting small will allow you to test the interest in music production without a whole huge financial commitment. Being honest, once you commit a whole lot of money to something, you almost feel like, now I gotta do it because I done spent all this money, so I'll feel bad, or it just doesn't make sense to not do something if I spent a lot of money. So if you spend a lot of money, you're gonna put pressure on yourself to create music. But when you start off small, that allows you to test whether or not you wanna keep going without a whole lot of financial commitment. What do you wanna spend? $2,000 some odd on a newer MPC, or even if you get a cheaper one, $899, or $200 on a DAW. Sounds like I'm making a case for software. I'm a hardware producer though. But it's only because I had my hardware for a long time anyway. I bought all this stuff way back in the day when software production wasn't even really a thing. Technology quickly becomes outdated. We live in a day and age where you buy something, a piece of music equipment, chances are 5 years or less, it becomes obsolete. People see the new thing and they want that instead of learning how to use the thing that they bought 5 years ago. And last but not least, gas syndrome, gear acquisition syndrome. Now, what does that even mean? Constantly buying new gear can distract producers from focusing on the creative art and producing music and making songs. It can hinder you from improving your actual skills, being creative, and just all around just fulfilling whatever dream that you have. At the end, what you would have accomplished is having a whole bunch of items, but really don't have nothing to show for it. And you would have spent a whole lot of money. Having something like a DAW, a MIDI controller, a couple VSTs, and a laptop, it's a simpler setup. It'll force you to master the things and the tools that you have. So that's all I got. I just wanted to come on here and share a couple reasons why I don't think you need to buy a whole lot of new gear in 2025. I know it really sounds like I made a case for software. I mainly use outboard gear, but I do have software tools that I use. My studio and the things that I have in my studio is pretty much set. I really do not foresee myself buying too much of anything else going forward at this point. I feel like I have enough to create what I need to create. So how about y'all? Do you have enough to create what you need to create, or are you in the market for a new piece of gear? Do you think you're gonna buy some new gear in 2025? Let me know down in the comments so we can have a dialogue, all right? See y'all on the next video.